Hey y'all, this is episode 6 of Auntie's Couch, and I'm super excited for our guest today and the time that we are going to have. But before I do that, I just want to remind everybody who is watching that each episode of Auntie's Couch, if you want it to count for your Hudson Holland program requirements and or to count towards distinction, the podcast episodes count for both uplift and community. In each episode, when you fill out the form, and remember we're not using AI, but each episode counts for one program each. So we've gotten some questions, and I've definitely been emailing and making sure students know that. But if you're a frequent watcher and you are a current scholar, just wanted to give that heads up. But we're so excited to take this journey with everybody. Thank you all so much for liking, for following us on Instagram, aunties.couch, for following us here on YouTube, which we appreciate. So thank you for all the love and the support. And I do think that our guest is here. So let's get rolling. Hi. Wow. First of all, jacket twins.
No, because let's talk about it.
Great minds.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Oluwadara Akinbola. I go by Dara. I am a clinical psych major, and I'm a junior. I also have a minor in African languages.
Come on, minor.
And, yep, period.
Yes.
And I am really involved on campus. I might say a little too involved, to the point where I just don't have time for anything else. But we're working on it.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
Clinical psych. So what made you say, yes, that's my major, that's what I want to study?
Well, funny enough, I actually came here as a human bio major.
Okay.
And I was on the pre-med track, but I was just starting to lose passion for all of my classes. Like, from being a kid, I've always wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
And like saying that over and over again, and then getting here and being like, I don't feel that drive anymore. It was really hard. And I almost felt like I was like letting the people in my life down. But I really had to take a step back and think like, okay, if I'm already losing passion for it now, I'm not going to make it to med school, let alone past that, right? Yeah. So I need to do something that, one, I am already better at, and two, that I do have the passion for. And that's when I stumbled on clinical psych. And funny enough, I was already kind of doing it in my own life with my friends and my family. So it was really easy to make that switch.
I love that. And I think I appreciate, and I think probably your peers can appreciate, the pivot. Mm-hmm. When I first came to IU, I just knew I was going to be a business major. I had these big plans and literally hated all my business classes. Right. And I was like, oh, just kidding. No. And had to pivot. And I had a much longer journey than you, so we won't talk about that right now. But I think some people feel that. I also think, for our pre-business students who are first years, pre-nursing, when that first plan doesn't quite work out, like how do we pivot? In your case, it wasn't necessarily a forced pivot, right? It was a self-evaluation. But I do love that you were able to find that kind of way around it. Okay, so you mentioned that you're super involved in IU, and our little birdie production team has done some digging for me. So talk to me about being the dance captain for Afrobellas. I want to hear all about it. I want to know all about it. This sounds amazing. And definitely was not a thing when I was in school, but y'all know I'm a little advanced.
Right.
So just tell us about that. Yeah.
Well, shout out to my girls, first of all. I love all of them. Afrobellas is awesome. We're like an Afro dance team on campus. Mm-hmm. We're composed of mostly African members, but we're open to literally anyone who wants to learn or just like dance with us. This past weekend, actually, we had a dance competition, and we had a bunch of teams. We called it the Midwest Experience, and we had a bunch of teams from all over Indiana come through and compete, and it was really successful. All the teams loved it, but it's been a great experience so far. I did show choir in high school, so
Me too!
So like twins that are just reunited, or
I love it.
But so it was not an insane pivot for me. It was just like something that I just kind of slipped right into, and I'm really, really grateful for the experience.
Yeah. What kinds of music do you all dance to? Like, is it more contemporary? Is it Afrobeats? Is it like, talk to me about that?
It's definitely more Afrobeats. We do like to incorporate just a little bit of hip hop sometimes, but I would say our most frequent or most used style is Afrobeats songs and dances.
Okay, cool. And then do you also do I'm not now. Some of my students gonna get on me because I'm not gonna say this word right. I never say it right, but I'm gonna try today. Do you all also dance to? Is it I'm a piano? I'm a piano.
Yes, I'm a piano. Yep.
I did say it.
You did say it.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We do add that in there. That's more of like a I think like South African genre, but we do incorporate.
I did know that part,
yes.
But I know I've seen like online, like people are like, what do you like better? You know, and so some people are loyal one way or the other. I personally like it all because if I can move to it, then I enjoy it. But I was just curious if that's like folded into.
Oh yeah, we definitely do all the different types of, and we have again lots of different African like nationalities on our team. So we get different inspo from everybody on the team.
Okay,
everybody's
cool
able to.
Beans. Well, speaking of the African connection, I also want to point out that you're a part of the Yoruba Student Association.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of myself because when I read your name for the first time, I was like, oh, that's probably Yoruba.
Oh.
And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, look at me knowing a little bit. Yeah. Like a tiny piece. So, yeah, talk about that. That's really cool. I didn't even know there was such a thing, so that's awesome.
Well, it's actually fairly new. I think this semester would be like our 1 year mark being on campus.
So this is like
pretty brand new.
Okay.
Me and, I would say one of my friends started it and then she kind of recruited the rest of us.
Gotcha.
Because Yoruba is already a class that you can take on campus.
Right.
So after talking with our teacher, we were like, well, maybe we just need an outlet for us. You know, there's already African Student Association, there's EESA as well, but like we also need a little outlet, a little community space for us to like grow together and collaborate and build relationships there. So we started that again this time last year, and we've just been doing a couple events every month, and we've had some really great turnout. It's been really, really good.
I love that.
Yeah.
So if you could, just for some folks who come to IU and this is their first time coming across people from the African diaspora in lots of different ways, can you talk a little bit about like Yoruba the language, Yoruba the culture, like give people a little spiel so they understand a little bit of, because I understand. But
you do.
We have an expert in the room, so I don't need to explain it.
Well, you were very correct. Yoruba is not just a language, it's also a culture, it's a way of life. It's a genre almost, really, in music as well. And it's a language that's spoken in Nigeria, Benin, and I believe Togo. And it's just very immersive, if I can use that word. It's all consuming and in the best ways, honestly, because we have like our own style of dresses. We have even our own fabric that we use.
Yeah.
Nigerian tailors are the best. Like they're awesome. And I love everything about our culture because it's just so beautiful, and the way it's all woven together is really awesome to see. And sometimes it's hard to explain to other people unless you're in it. Yeah. But I mean, we love to share our culture and to give other people a taste of what that looks like.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And I wanted to give I wanted you to give from your lived experience before I said anything else. But I think what a lot of people don't know, I think there's more knowledge now than like when I was in school for sure. But a lot of people, I don't think, realize how colonization has affected our understanding of the countries in Africa versus tribes and people, right? So you heard Dara say, right, that Yoruba is spoken in Nigeria, Togo, and Benin, right? So there are Yoruba people in those 3 different countries. So you wouldn't necessarily think that, right? But it's the same way as, if you're familiar with the indigenous people in the United States, right? So, for example, I'm thinking about the Seminole people, right? There are Seminole indigenous folks in Florida and Oklahoma where there's like official reservations and things like that. So when you're exploring new cultures, especially in Africa, especially West Africa, understand that some of the borders don't necessarily mean borders for people. They're more political borders. So I appreciate you just sharing your own lived experience. And because I'm an educator, I want to make sure that we're getting some of that other cultural and global context, all the things. But that's really important. And we have a lot of West African students in our program. So shout out to all of you, because I just love when you come in and tell me about cultures, and when people fight about jollof rice. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I benefit though, because I eat it all. So I don't have to have a favorite.
Yeah.
It is Nigerian.
Thank you.
And I feel like I lost some students for that. But I love you, especially my students from Ghana.
Yeah.
I love jollof rice is great. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. So.
And I just ate too. Actually, I had Olive Garden.
Oh. Wait, I love that. Breadsticks too?
For sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite dish at Olive Garden?
Okay, so I actually have only been twice in my entire life. So I don't remember what I got the first time I went, but the last time I went was, I think, last month.
Okay.
And I believe I got the lasagna, and that was top tier. So
their lasagna is good. You know, for an American Italian food chain, I'm not hating on the lasagna. My favorite is the ravioli with Alfredo sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah. Get a little cheese on top.
Yeah.
It's a nice situation.
Tell me when.
So,
yeah.
And sometimes I don't tell.
And that's
No,
fine.
I'm just kidding. I don't make people. That's actually mine. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The lady that was our waitress, she said that the longest amount that she has gone was through 3 blocks of cheese before she had to stop, not them telling her to stop. So
we can maybe unpack that at a later time. We're going to focus more on what we do here on the couch, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
One last thing I wanted to ask is, there's a note on here about Plato's Closet. So, like, do you work there? Do you like shopping there? It just said Plato's Closet.
Okay, well, yes to both, actually. I do work there, and I do love to shop there. Yeah, I really love it there. It's really, really awesome. I've worked retail basically like all the time that I've been working.
Okay.
Period. That's not really a long time, but like,
Whatever.
Yeah. So I really love it. Shout out to all my coworkers.
I love
They're
that.
awesome.
Well, thank you so much for sharing so much of yourself with us. And now we're gonna go to the game closet, and I'm really excited because today is a game I made up. All right, so when I was getting the scoop from the production team and found out that you dance and you like to sing and like all the musical things, and we have done a musical episode, but this was a little bit different. I love music, and so I was like, oh, what if we did like a scenario? So we're gonna do, if our lives were a movie, what songs would play during certain scenarios, like on the soundtrack of the movie? So
I'm excited.
I have no idea. So I gave the prompt and let the team pick the question. So I'm going into this very blind, just like you. But I'm excited. Okay. So let's go. Okay.
Let's do this.
Our first scenario is, if your life was a movie, what song would play during your introduction scene, and why?
A lot of these songs are going to be actually like Afrobeats like songs, because I think my entire life soundtrack might just be Afrobeat songs. So it's a song called "Baby" by Joe Boy.
I've heard of Joe Boy. Yeah, that's some good music.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep.
And so, why is that? Do you feel the introduction to you?
I don't know, because in the song, he's just talking about like, well, first of all, I think we need to bring back yearning for men, in general.
Absolutely.
So he's like talking about this girl, and he's like, I'll be there for you. Like, anytime you need me, I'll come through for you. And I just feel like that's how it should be. So I am that girl that he's talking about.
Absolutely. Hey, I know that's right.
Yeah.
You better know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
All right. Well, I too have to play this game.
Yes.
As I dreamed this up.
Yeah.
But I've actually thought about what a closing song would be.
Interesting.
One. So I gotta like think about what that would be. So I think actually the introduction, like to open the movie song, would be the Jump Off by Lil' Kim.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that's very much from me growing up. The intro is iconic to me. I was going for a minute. Now I'm back with the Jump Off. Like, it has a good beat, so like if the intro is me driving, which is what I spend most of my time doing, or like getting ready, it would be that.
Period. Yes.
Shout out to Lil' Kim. Oh, this is good.
Okay.
To me. If your life was a movie, what song would you play during like the motivational montage scene?
Ooh. Okay. So when you say like motivational montage, you mean like
usually the scene in a movie where the main character, something's going on and they got to get motivated to like their next thing, right? So
Okay.
like Rocky is the Eye of the Tiger,
Right.
It's very classic, right? But that kind of like
pumps.
get excited,
Yes, okay.
pump you up type of, yeah.
This one I know. This one I think has to be the song called "Oh Yeah" by ASCAP.
Okay.
Yeah, because the song, even if you like listen to the song, like the beat, it's like okay,
yeah.
like
So
it's like pump up. It's giving. I'm ready. I'm doing what I need to do to get where I need to be.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I love that. One that's coming to mind. I think it cracks me up that's coming to mind because Cardi B and I do not have the same life whatsoever. But Get Up 10
Okay.
is, it starts off kind of slow, then the beat drops. It's really motivational in that way. So I think that would be, yes, let me just stick to that. Cardi B, Get Up 10. Cause you could in movies you can cut the song. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't have to be the entire thing.
Yeah.
All right. So this prompt is crazy.
I'm scared.
Be scared a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. So, what song would play as you dramatically break down on the bathroom floor? I need to intervene with the production team after to make sure we're all okay.
No, yeah.
But that does happen in that. No, yeah.
Your
that
little
does
crash
happen.
out says.
Your
Yeah.
crash out, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Okay, wait. Might have to dig into my English playlist now. Wait, hold on. I don't know why the only song on my mind, this is so like out of place. The only song on my mind right now is this one song, like Battle Scars. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why that song came to mind just now. It's probably not the song that I would go with, but for the purpose of this, we're just going to stick with it. We're going to stick with it.
The choice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have several go-to cry songs anyway, because that's just how I live my life. So it'd probably be breaking down. Okay. Okay. Hold On by Adele.
Ooh.
From 30.
That album is goated.
Yeah.
And that, when she says, let time be patient and let pain be gracious. Enough, Adele. But also, keep going.
Yeah.
That would definitely be one. Another one is a song that's like my go-to, like if I gotta cry it out song, cry it out, is Hear My Call by Jill Scott. It is a song that she is like praying and she's like, I'm getting chills thinking about like, cause those two songs in different ways have really helped me through certain journeys. I think it would also depend on, what am I breaking down about?
Yeah.
Too, because then maybe some other songs will come into play. But those are the two ones that I would say, they've helped me in breakdowns in real life. So if my breakdown was somehow entertainment, that would be the proper licensure, of course, but that would be in the background.
Okay, wait, I want to change my song because because you had two, and if we're going,
you can add a second one.
Okay, good. If we're going the gospel route, or just like I guess worship music in general, then I think I will say, "Hold On to Me" or "Rescue" by Lauren Daigle. Okay. And then for the other one, I'm switching because I don't know where Guy Sebastian came from.
It was what you were feeling in the moment.
The other one, there's a song called "Life Is a Lie" by Fabian Seekund. So that one, I just remember that being like on my sad playlist.
Listen, if y'all have never heard any songs we're talking about, now's the time. You're already on YouTube. Just when you're done with the episode, just look it up.
We'll make a playlist of the.
Yeah,
Thank you so much
on our stuff. Okay,
just be a great playlist.
So, the next scenario.
Oh gosh.
What would be playing as you walk away from an explosion in slow-mo, and why? I'm thankfully have never had to experience that. But for some reason, if my life is a movie, that's happening. So so that's the next question. Everybody.
Yeah. So this song, I feel I have one that's like just for the vibes of it, because when I hear this song, like I think of that already.
Okay.
And then I have another one that I think is actually like closer. So one of them is "Who's That Girl" by Ira Starr. And the other one is, I think, "Run This Town" by Rihanna. Yeah. Because don't you see it? Like, yeah.
And do one of those like those dramatic like recuts of songs where like there's a lot of reverb. Yeah. They drop the music out. Yeah, no, I can't. Oh God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is such a crazy question because I want to know what exploded. Like, was it my?
What exploded?
No, because if it was a gas leak, like what?
It was like "You're a Hero."
A car.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You might have been the one doing it.
Okay, well,
yeah.
that's a different.
Yeah.
Like if you're just walking away, not trying to help, you didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, I have one for like if it's like a waiting to exhale moment. Mm-hmm. When Angela Bassett's character like blows up the car. Mm-hmm. If it's that, immediately it's "Who's That Girl" by Eve.
Oh, wait.
Because I'm owning this moment. Like if you push me to a point that I have to blow up your car, well, I hope we don't get taken down for saying that. But like, then that's what I'm.
And you know
I'm owning the moment.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm running away from an explosion because somehow I'm now like a spy. I'm making this up as I go along. I promise. I'm just trying to find a scenario where this would work. Probably. What is the name of the song? I can hear it in my head. Cashmere by, I think Cashmere is originally by Leonard Skinner, but there is a string quartet group named Bond that has a Cashmere cover, and it will be that one instead. We're gonna list it off camera later, so there are no songs I'm talking about, but look it up. It's good. You'll see what I'm talking about when you listen to it, I promise. Okay, I don't know if this is this. Okay, wait, one more after this.
All right.
Okay.
Best for last.
Aha. A relatively normal question.
Oh.
So, what would be the end credits? Which I didn't know that was a question, but I already know what mine is. But you go first because that's been the pattern of the game. Yeah.
Okay. I think it would definitely have to be between two again. Jaye Jaye by Wizkid or Ojo Elegba by Wizkid. Okay. Because both of them are. Wizkid is.
Yeah, I like some of his music.
Yeah,
I can see that.
He's so up there, and I just feel like that's so end credits. Like, yeah,
both of mine are slow. So the first is "Already There" by Emily King.
Oh yeah.
I just love Emily King. She's great, right? Like, she's great. And then a new one that has come into, because that was like my go-to. Like anytime there was like an icebreaker somewhere, like that was my go-to. It's already there by Emily King. The acoustic version of that song, by the way. But the other one, Easy to Love, Olivia Dean.
Wow. Wait, she's awesome.
She is.
She's so good.
And I love that album.
Yeah.
But Easy to Love is so...
That is so end credits.
You know? Because by the end of the movie, I've, you know, fallen in love with my husband. Everything's all fine. And I'm, you know, I'm already that girl.
Yeah.
Because I blew up my ex's car.
No, yeah.
And so, you know, like now as we...
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for going on this journey with me of a game I made up. Next time, we'll go a traditional game from the closet, but today I wanted to try something new. But we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to come back with show and tell. Yay. All right, so I will turn it over to you for you to show and tell what you brought for us today and talk about the significance and all the things. Yeah.
Okay, so I brought my ring. I wear it all the time, and it's literally just a cross ring in here. And it's two-toned, which I'm more of a gold person. This is off topic, but I'm more of a gold person, so this was like my introduction into two-tone, and I really love it. But my mom gave it to me, and inside it's actually engraved. I think you'll probably be able to see it.
Okay.
And it says, "With God, all things are possible."
Oh, I love it.
And I just love it so much. I find myself fidgeting a lot. So whenever I do, I mess with this, and it like centers me and like recenters like whatever I'm going through. One, like this isn't the end of the world. Two, God's got my back. Three, and my parents will always be there for me. So I just love it. It's a great reminder for me. I'm not that far away from home, but still, sometimes the homesickness catches up with you, and
it can. Yeah.
Things get hard while you're here, so this is a great reminder for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, one, thank you for sharing such a very personal piece of yourself with us. So for you, is faith a big part of your existence here at IU? Like, how does that play into your day-to-day journey, I guess?
Yes, I actually grew up as a preacher's kid, and my dad is still a priest, and we have our own church back in Avon. But I got here, and I think I really started to take my faith seriously, because again, growing up as a preacher's kid, you kind of like have this idea about you that like you already know everything because you grew up with like quote unquote the Bible in your house, like the living Bible, I guess. Yeah. So it's like I kind of got to this sense of like being really prideful and just like believing I actually really did know everything. And I got here, and I like when you don't have your parents telling you that you need to go to church every Sunday, or just like instilling those things, and you have to go back to your roots and the things that you already know how to do. Yeah. So I started to take it really seriously. I joined Chi Alpha on campus, and I'm now core group leader, and I lead Bible studies along with my two other co-leaders, who I love very much. And we also have services on Thursday. So I think that was a great way to like recenter me and to remind me like, one, why I'm here, and two, what, like, no matter what my profession is or like what I'm going to school to do, like why I'm on this earth, my purpose, which is to spread the love of Jesus on campus. Yeah.
Well, and you know, one, thank you for sharing that personal piece about it. I think that sometimes people are hesitant, I think, at a public school to talk about faith. So I worked at a Catholic institution for 4 years. So whether a student was Catholic or not, like spiritual wellness and faith was something that we could just discuss because it is a part of you, whatever your moral grounding is. But I think sometimes that space is neglected or weird in like secular spaces, when in reality, like, even if I am a different faith of someone else, if that's the thing that like roots me like in my morality and how I make decisions, what my values are, a lot of people who grew up in a religion or faith community that shapes a lot of who a person is. And so to like pretend that doesn't exist is like, I think a little crazy personally. Because I also don't think that that's serving the whole student, right? So I've had some amazing conversations with Muslim students, with Jewish students, with agnostic students, with atheist students, right? That's still a belief system and that's still a moral grounding. So I was just curious as to how that pans out for you. And sometimes I think it can feel like at least from an educator perspective, it can feel like a slippery slope, because people will, if you browse my office enough, you will know that I am a Christ follower and it's in my space, but I also want my office and my space, this couch even, right, to be a place where people can feel loved regardless of where you come from or what you do. But I love all of you, right? And so I do appreciate you being so vulnerable on the couch. Dara, you have brought a question today for me to answer. So I'm going to let you ask, and then I do my best every episode, but I'll do my best.
Okay, so I was just curious, as I kind of talked about, like I balance a lot of things in my life, and I'm sure that's the case for a lot of the people who are watching. How do you, one, think that how do you want us to like go about like reaching out for support? And two, how do you suggest that we balance a busy schedule in our lives with school, work, all the other things that we might be involved in?
Yeah, so the first thing I want to affirm is balancing is difficult. And as you get older, you just balance more things or other things are swapped out. So school will eventually be swapped out with your full-time job, right? Like you may have a significant other, and you and that significant other may decide to join your lives together and have children or pets, plants, whatever you want to raise, right? But there's a lot of things that will constantly be vying for your time. And so I think that, kind of working backwards from what you've asked, I do think that you shouldn't actually strive to find balance. And some of y'all are like, what? I think that you should strive to find harmony. Balance kind of gives this pressure. I have to get everything just right. Like I have to balance it just perfectly. And if you are a fan of music on a technical scale, right? Like sometimes in certain songs, like certain parts carry other parts more or whatever the case may be, but everything kind of blends together in a nice way. And so sometimes you're not going to avoid the all-nighter. I prefer that you didn't, but I can say that from my place of privilege of already having my degrees. So you're not going to always avoid that moment. You're going to forget things. You're going to forget that you had an assignment due, and so now you have to do that. But if you are developing a practice now of how can I work in harmony with myself and my priorities, and giving yourself grace if you mess up, I think that's a big thing. There is no shame in asking for help, right? So I think from a Hudson Holland context in particular, right, you can send me an email, we can schedule a meeting, you can come to office hours, we can talk through some of those things. I've even met with some students over the summer before, because we're approaching summer, on Zoom or what have you, to just talk through, like, I have this idea, or I'm struggling with this class, or I'm having this interpersonal conflict. You just need like an extra set of eyes, so to speak. So you can reach out that way. Whoever it is that you feel comfortable reaching out, just do it. I think sometimes the hardest part is getting over the hump. It's admitting to yourself, I cannot do all these things that I said I can do. I need help. Sometimes just an extra set of eyes will just help you rearrange how you're perceiving or conceptualizing your schedule, your time. Sometimes it's kind of like if you ask a friend for advice, or you're a parent, someone you trust, and you're explaining and you're going through, and then they might ask the question that you didn't think to ask, and then everything clicks. But I think that what I would want to drive home is that we as human beings are not meant to do life alone, right? busyness should never really be the goal. So I don't want you to get to a place where you feel like you have to like keep up things for the sake of being busy. That's a very American concept that is not helpful oftentimes, because there are so many cultures and people groups that are very communal. And I personally believe that we're not built to do life alone. And so we shouldn't try to do everything. I think learning how to say no, but you can reach out for support to trusted people on, I need advice on what to say no to. Like that's part of that harmony or that balancing piece that I was speaking about earlier. But I would offer this as something to think about. In the moment when you're dealing with, okay, everything's on my plate, like I'm freaking out, I'm overwhelmed, whatever. Do you want to look back and wish you had asked for help and you didn't? That's probably a huge sign that you need to ask for help. No one, and not me, no one that we love in the public eye got anywhere without asking for help. Right? Like some type of, let's take a lot of people's fave. I don't want to say everybody's fave because there's always contrarians in the bunch. But, like Beyonce had her parents to help her. She didn't just sprout up, overnight to who she is, right? She had her parents. She had a voice teacher. She had a lot of things, they went through a lot with, the girls group that eventually became Destiny's Child, right? And a lot of things there. So in that regard, you don't get to be, I think, at the level that she is, or, insert your other favorite music artist here, right? You don't get to those levels without asking for help, asking for assistance, or just having to do everything by yourself, right? So, not all of us are going to be, super famous people, and I argue that we shouldn't be, but that's another conversation for another day. But oftentimes, so for example, I feel like we haven't mentioned Zendaya in a while on our show, but we love you if you ever stumble across our random little podcast. But the drama is coming out, so I've been watching a lot of press, and I love Zendaya, and Zendaya and Law Roach together as a fashion team is amazing. But so on this press tour, she's going through the theme of like this bridal theme, right? So something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And so her something borrowed dress, I forget what premiere, it doesn't matter. But she borrowed a dress from Cate Blanchett, which is like, first of all, shout out to Cate Blanchett as well. I don't know if you've ever watched this, but if you do, you have a very big fan in Indiana. Thank you. But when she talks about that moment, I think she was talking to, I don't remember what show she was on. It's irrelevant, but she talked about, well, my team had to get in contact with her team, right? It wasn't, I called her and asked, right? Like, so when I think about how these folks that we admire or that we at least observe, they have teams, they have people around them. So it is important for you to have good people around you to help you manage. Like, you're not supposed to do everything by yourself. So get you a good team around you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And that doesn't make you weak. That actually makes you strong and self-aware. Learning how to say no is big, but think of it less as balancing and more harmonizing. That way, when some a little off key, some really not really helping you. It's like, okay, you know what? Your note is down here. Like, you gotta go,
You're
right?
Yeah.
So that's, hopefully that's helpful to you and for folks watching, but that's how I would approach it.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we have reached the fridge-worthy moment portion of the show. And so I'm going to take a little liberty to read what I've got here, because I think your goal is super impressive, but also some of the things you've already accomplished are really great. So you mentioned becoming a doctor is still a goal of yours and going to grad school. And I do want to come back to that, but I want to highlight for everybody that not only are you a Hudson Holland scholar, you're also a Herbert Presidential Scholar, and a Hoosier Scholar. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Our scholars are out here. Listen, I don't just brag about y'all just because, you know, oh, I'm the director, I want to see, but like doing big things. So talk to me about goals of grad school. Now that you are doing clinical psych, what is your dream of being a doctor looking like now? Like, yeah, brag on yourself a little bit. Talk to me about that.
So I've done a lot of research, which is funny enough, I don't want to do in my profession. And I think I've decided I want to obtain a PsyD, which is basically like a PhD, but again, less research-based and more like professional and hands-on and a lot more like clinical hours. And I plan on just doing that immediately after grad school. So I'll begin the application process here in the fall. And after that, it's looking like I might want to work in the hospital. I've done some shadowing. Hopefully I'll be able to obtain some type of internship here soon. Yeah. But I want to work in a hospital, and I don't know exactly what I want to specialize in yet, whether that's like adults or pediatrics, but I at least know that. Yeah. To start.
Yeah, a psychology doctorate, first of all, still a doctorate. Yeah. If it has doctorate on it, it's a doctorate. Just want to encourage everybody out there that if that's your pursuit. But I love that you're going about it in a different route. Yeah. Because some people, I think they do feel, you mentioned this earlier when we first started talking, but that compelling space of like, I said I was going to do this, and I need to like hone in on it. And then, you know, it consumes you in a way that's not healthy because it's not really you. So I love that you have found that, and grad school being around the corner because you are going to be a big senior, not the little one next year.
Yeah, clock it.
And I think you're the first junior on our show.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. No, I'm a fact check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, shout out to the juniors. Yeah. 27. Yeah. So, and then, so tell me a little bit more about the Hoosier Scholar piece, because I have worked with Shakur in the Herbert Presidential Scholar Program, which is an awesome program, but talk to me a little bit about being a Hoosier Scholar.
I personally, I don't know if I'm the best person to really go into detail because I don't really go to as many of the events as I should. But fair. Exactly. Yeah. They have lots of different perks for us, just like in Hudson and Holland. And I just like that they're constantly giving us opportunities to be exposed to like different professions and things like that. Yeah. And again, the perks are nice. The on-campus perks are nice. The merch, the free food, things like that. Little events here and there. Like I think they have like a locker room tour scheduled for us coming up soon. Okay. So we get to go into like the tunnel or wherever the athletes come from. So
step our game up.
Yeah, so
out here going to the tunnel and stuff.
Yeah, so
we need to get Coach Singh on the line. I have no idea how to do that, but I bet if I asked enough people,
yeah, it'll reach him. It'll reach him.
I love it. I love it. Shout out to Hoosiers. No, thank you so much for sharing that. I think it's really important, and we're gonna get to watering the flowers here in just a moment, but I think it's really important to give people their flowers while they can smell them, while they can appreciate them. And it is important to celebrate who you are and all the awesome things that you are. And don't forget me.
Oh yeah.
When you get big, you know, just a little grant. A loan I gotta pay back. No. So a little gift aid.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're at the last part of our show, which is watering the plants. So this is the section of the show where our scholar takes the reins, takes the wheel, and helps to encourage fellow scholars and talks about, you know, what it means for you to be a scholar. So I zip my lip and I let the scholar on the couch share. So take it away, friend.
I think, well, one, back to your advice that you had given, which was beautiful. I just want to remind you guys that it is very much okay to ask for help. I learned that the hard way this past semester, and I am really, really grateful for the community that I have built here, that God has placed in my life, as well as for my family at home. And they have all been just really great people who have supported me in all the highs and lows that college has to offer. So lean on your community. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like you said, it does not make you weak. So if you do that, then you will go really far.
I agree with that. Dara, thank you so much for stopping by the couch. I had a blast today. So I'm hoping all those either listening or watching have also had a blast. Please remember again to follow us on Instagram at aunties.couch. Do you have anything you want to shout out to the people to follow? Should they follow
Afrobellas, yes, Afrobellas
Okay.
_IU. Follow that. Follow Chi Alpha. Come out to our services on Thursdays. I believe the next one is at the Bio Building next week. And then there's Night with the Sun. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No.
Coming up. It is awesome. It's going to have Tiffany Hudson from Elevation Worship, Cliff Connectly. I don't know if you know him.
I do not know how to pronounce that, but
yeah. And
sure.
He is awesome. He goes around to college campuses and he like answers burning questions that kids or that people have. And they're going to be there next week, and it's going to just be like a huge gathering on campus for anybody who wants to go. So
cool.
Come out to that, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, and then just FYI, if this episode comes out after that, I hope you
true.
went.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
Just in case, because, you never know.
That's so true.
How that goes.
Exactly.
But, all right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. See ya.